this is a continuation of our series talking about ranges of sentence, and I wanted to talk about aggravated assault under Section 268 of the Criminal Code. This is a very serious offense. I mean, first of all, let's define it. So aggravated assault occurs where you wound, maim, endanger the life of, or disfigure a person. So those are pretty serious things. I mean, as an example, you take a pipe and intentionally hit someone over the head and cause a serious brain injury which endangers their life. That's aggravated assault. Or you take a knife and stab someone, which is a wound, obviously. Or you could disfigure them by scarring them on the face. So these are all very serious charges, just below kind of an attempted murder. There's no intent to murder, but you're intending to assault them. So what are the ranges of sentence? Well, it's a very wide range, first of all. So this isn't a straight indictable offense. There's no summary election. Because it's so serious, it's called straight indictable. By the way, you should watch my video about summary and indictable and what that means. It just means it's a serious offense, though. That's all it means in simple terms. So the maximum jail term is 14 years, but pretty rare, and unheard of to ever get 14 years. I mean, that'd be reserved for the worst case or the worst offender, maybe a situation where a person's in intensive care for a lengthy period of time and your client has, extensive criminal record. Even then, you should be able to negotiate less than maybe 12 years, as an example. On the other end of the spectrum, maybe it's just a more minor wound, a knifing, more minor wound. By the way, you should be able to negotiate down to assault bodily harm in that situation and get a few months in jail. A minor wound, even though it's technically aggravated assault, is probably overcharging, but it is technically, if the Crown wants to stick to its guns. So it's a very wide range of sentence. I mean, a serious wounding, knifing attack, a couple stab wounds, as an example. I like giving examples. You might face a penitentiary term of 2 years for a first offender, depending on the facts. If you've got multiple convictions, even on those more minor, multiple prior convictions, even for more minor offenses, obviously your sentence could be doubled or tripled over what a first-time offender is going to face. So it's a very wide range. Let me put it this way. You're not getting a conditional discharge for aggravated assault. You're always getting a jail term. It's going to range from months to years, depending on the severity of the case. And I've seen some recent sentences of first-time offenders for 8 to 10 years in Ontario on very serious cases. And on that note, and I've made this comment in other videos, sentencing ranges seem to be slowly increasing in Canada, and depending on your predilection, and believe me, I'm a law and order person. I agree that sentencing should be relevant, and I'm not opposing increasing sentences. I'm not one of these great I'll fight like hell for my clients, but I'm also a conservative heart. So I will say that. So there's a wide range, and as a defense lawyer, I'm always trying to, if I can't defend it, if the client says, look, I'm guilty, I didn't, and I can't defend this charge, I'm always trying to see if the Crown will agree to plead it down to an assault causing bodily harm for a lesser sentence. If we can't do that, we're trying to get at a lower range, and we want to get the client rehabilitated into counseling, show that they're a good person normally, they made a mistake, and that always goes a long way to negotiating with the Crown to get a proper sentence. I mean, the Crown's shooting for the moon, I'm trying to get this other end, but there's a reasonable, proper sentence that you can present to a judge, and we always try and strive for that if we can't win the case. So there you have it, a little bit of a primer on aggravated assault. The judges, on that note, they're going to look at general deterrence and specific deterrence. Those are the important sentencing principles. And I love putting joint submissions in front of judges so that they can give the appropriate sentence that both the Crown and I can live with. Thank you for watching our video. We are absolutely committed to bringing you the best possible criminal and DUI educational videos. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've been charged with a criminal offense in Ontario and require our services, please click on the link in the description below.